Yes.
Let's move to the next topic, which is about conditions, how you're going to handle conditions, how you're going to write some of the conditional statements in Java, how you're going to use if else, how you're going to use switch case in Java. Okay,
Okay.
so in Java, you can have, okay, let's create a new project, module 2 for conditions. Okay, let's create a new class from dot test the condition test 1. So how you are going to use if else in this project? So we must be having a main method to execute that. So let's have a main method. Now let's have a, this is a local variable. Okay, I'm going to create a local variable int age equal to 25. Okay, so this is a local variable. Somebody is going to give the value of age, and I'm going to write if age is greater than 19. So this is the way if statements look. You must be having an, you have to write if, then a bracket, and within that bracket you must pass the statement, and this statement must be something which should execute to a boolean value. So if you execute this one, age is a value, that is suppose 25. If 25 is greater than 19, that is true or false. So that is going to give you a result that is a boolean result. It cannot be an integer, it cannot be a string, nothing. It has to be a boolean. Okay, if age is greater than 19, then execute this block of code. You can write anything over here. That has to be a Java statement, of course. Suppose I want to write sysout, you have passed teenage, right? If you want to check if if the age is not greater than 19, that will automatically come to else. You can have another block of else. So either when this statement is to be executed, this condition is first checked. If that condition is true, this statement will be executed, then it will come to the next statement. You can have a sysout over here, out of if. So either this is going to be executed or this is going to be executed. So either the value is going to be, okay, are you have not passed teenage. So see, if you are giving the age as 25, first 25 is greater than 19, it is true, then this statement is going to be executed. If this statement is executed, then else part is not executed, because the statement says that if it is true, then do this. So let's run this and see what is happening. You have passed teenage, then it says out of if. So it is not executing this line, right? It is directly executing this line. Suppose you want to check if the person is in the teenage. So you want to give a condition which is going to be greater than 13, greater than equal to 13 and less than 20, right? So if age is greater than, I need to do some sort of changes in here. If age is greater than 13 or equal to, greater than equal to 13, and you have to give two ampersands, age is less than 20. Okay, that means the age will be either 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, then you can write uh, you are in teenage, else. Okay, this is one condition that we have done. If this has passed, if the age is between 13 and 20, inclusive 13 and exclusive 20, then it is going to say you are in teenage. Else, if you want to check if the person has reached teenage or not, else, then you can write a nested if. Else if, you can write age is less than 13. Okay, then you can see, you can write you are yet to be a teen. okay, else. So the age is this is the like range within which the age has to be, so that this is executed. If the age is not executing this one, if the age is not executing this one, that means the age is greater than 13 as well as the age is greater than 20. So you can say you have crossed, you have you have crossed teenage. This is going to be our code, how it is going to look. Okay, to make it a little bit clear for you, visible, right? So just go through the code once and you can basically see how the syntax is. It's very close to C. In C also used to have these statements and this structure, entirely same structure, and used to have these brackets also in C, and the statement of printing a line has changed. Even the semicolon is something which used to give C in C, C++. So it's almost similar, and even this ampersand, double ampersand, I think that's also there in C. So this basically compares two statements. If this statement has executed to be true and this statement has executed to be true, then the entire statement is said to be true. So age is 25, 25 is greater than equal to 13, that is true, right? And 25 is less than equal to 20, that is false. So you will have here, you'll have a true and here you'll have a false, right? So true and false, that gives rise to false, right? So this statement is not executed, like this one is not executed. Then it comes to else if age is 25 is less than 13, now this is going to be false, right? What this is going to be, this is going to be true and false, which is again called as false. This is directly false, and this is the last statement which is going to be executed. You have crossed teenage. So we can run this and we can see. So let's delete this line. You know this is going to be executed. Then now let's run it. You have crossed the teenage. Let's change the value to 5. Then it should show. So if you have 5, then 5 is greater than equal to 13. So this is false, right? False, and anything, it can be false, it can be true, this is going to be a false statement, right? So this statement is going to be false because one of the statements has failed. So this is not going to be executed. Then it comes to check this one, is 5 is less than 13, it is true, so it is going to print this one and it won't execute the third line. So any of the three statements are going to be executed, not all of them, right? So let's run this. It should print you are yet to be a teen, right? Let's give 15. It should print, if it is 15, it should print what? It should print this one, sorry, this one. So let's check that 15 is greater than equal to 13, that is true, and 15 is less than 20, that is also true. If you have both the statements as true, then this one is going to be executed, and once this is executed, rest of the two statements are going to be skipped because if statement is executed only once, right? Let's run this one. You are a teen, you are in a teenage, fine. Any doubt in if statements? Seems fine, right? Okay, suppose you want to do a nested if check. Okay, suppose if I am going to write character, needs to be small, character gender equal to female, capital F. Okay, now you want to check like suppose if you are yet to be a teen, and then I can check if I can have a nested if always. So that can have a structure like this: if female equals to gender. So if the gender is female, you can write it either place. So you can first have gender then you can have female. So if this statement is going to execute to true, then I want to write something over here. I can write copy, let's paste this one. You are a female. Okay, so let's run this. Let's first make it male, right? Now this is going to execute in a different way, and let's run this. It is 15, so it has to be you are in teen age, but it's not writing if it's a male or female. Then I'm going to change it to female. It should write, right? So this is how you can have a nested. Okay, you are in teen age less than 13, right? So let's make it 11, right? Now it should execute. Okay, so this is how you can write if statements. If you want to have some nested ifs, you can put them inside, but remember to have the brackets, and these brackets are not compulsory. If you have a single line statement, you don't need the brackets. If you have to write multiple statements, like in this case, within these two braces you have multiple, this is one statement and this is again another statement, so basically you have more than one statement, so you need to have these brackets. This is compulsory. If you have just a single statement, you don't need the brackets, but for clarity, just just for clarity, you can have all the, you can always have these brackets. It gives you clarity. It says which code belongs to which block, right?
Right.
Okay, this is how if works. Okay, if else if. I can write else, and I can say you are male. Okay, any doubt in this?
No, this is
This is fine.
straight.
Fine, right?
Yeah,
Let's.
this is fine.
Okay, we have another way of handling this if and else in a single statement. That's what we call conditional statements. Okay, let's check how these conditional statements work. Okay, let's create another class, conditional test 2. Okay, condition test 2. In this I'm going to, I'm not going to write any if else, but still I'm going to achieve what with if else I could have achieved. Suppose, let's make it even bigger. Suppose int mark equal to 90. Okay, you want to let's first write in if else. If I want to write if the mark is greater than 80, excellent. If the mark is less than 80, I should write okay, fine. So if mark is greater than 80, then I can write sys out. I can print excellent, excellent. Okay, if the mark is not greater than 80, then it will come to else. And I can write okay, fine. Let's execute this one. I can see it's saying excellent because the value is 90. Let's create it. Let's make it 80. 80 is greater than 80. This is false. Okay, it should print okay. It's saying okay. Let's make it 60. It should say okay. Right. Suppose I don't want to write this entire line of code. I can do it in another way, which we call the conditional statements. Let's see how it works. You can write the statement, write the condition that you have, that is mark, that is greater than 80. If it is going to execute to true, if it is going to evaluate to true, then it should print excellent. Okay, this is a string. It's going to return excellent, else it should return okay. Okay, but you need to print that. So you're going to give sys out. Okay, best. Or you can do it in another way also. You can do it even simpler. String message. This is a string variable, or you can call it a string object. You can write it over here. Message. Okay. I have commented the above code, right? And it should give me the same output as earlier. But you can see this has done everything in a single line. Let's run it. See, it is saying okay. So how this is going to execute? First, the statement, this condition is going to be executed. It is going to check if mark is greater than 80. If this condition is saying, if this condition is returning true, then the statement that is after question mark is going to be executed. So if it is returning true, excellent is going to be executed. This is going to be returned. Else, if that is not working fine, if it is giving false, then the statement that is just after colon is going to be executed. So it is going to return okay. So we can make it 90, 90, and we can check. It is going to give us excellent, right? So this is just an alternative to if you have a simple statement, if you want to write it in a single line, if you don't want to write lots of code, you can go with this approach also. Otherwise it is no different than if.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. It is conditional statements when we implement the nested if else concept.
I didn't get you. Just ping me the question.
Okay.
With conditional statements, can we implement if else concept? Yes, that's what I told you, no? This is just an alternative to if else.
Nested. Nested if else.
Nested if else, yes, you can do that also. Should I show you like demo of that? Okay, let me show you how we can do with conditional statements like second level, two level. We had this example, right? Now here we used to check these two conditions, right? First condition is if age is less than 13, then do these things, right? Then we are checking if f gender is equals to f, right? Let's do the same thing over here. Let's make a class, what we call it, class 3, condition test 3. Okay, now we're going to write a nested condition over here, creating a main method. Mark, suppose int mark equal to 12 character section equal to a. Okay, first thing is string message is equals to, first what we are going to do, mark is less than 20. If mark is less than 20, or suppose it's less than 30, then we are going to return, then return failed. Okay, but if it has passed else, that is greater than 30, then what you are going to do, you are going to execute another statement. That statement can be if section equals to a, then return a hyphen passed Okay, else you're going to write just past. This becomes difficult when you make it more complex. Okay, see how it has like let's print the value sys out. Yes. Let's execute this. It is going to say fail because it is scoring less than 30. Let's have some value which is more than 30. 32. Let's execute it. It should say A and past. But if the person doesn't belong to section A, suppose belongs to B, it should say just past. Okay, it should not say that A past. It should say just past. See, this has worked. So let's see how it has executed. This is the first statement. Okay, if it evaluates to true, then this statement is executed. If it evaluates to false, then the statement after colon is executed. So whatever you have after colon, that is going to be another statement. You can see this way. This is another statement, right? Then it is checking section equals to A. This is another condition. If this condition is true, then this statement is executed, A hyphen past. Okay, if this statement is false, then this one is executed, right? So you can have nested, but it becomes difficult to debug to understand if you have conditional statements with nested conditions. You should go, if you have nested, if you have such a scenario, you should go to if else. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Any more doubt in if?
No.
No, right? Okay, the last part of the topic, let's complete with switch case. Okay, then we can complete the class. Right? Do you remember switch case from C programming language?
Yes.
Okay, it's going to be very similar to that only. Okay, let's create another class that's going to be a switch case class, condition test 4. Okay, now I'm going to have a field for mark equal to some value. Okay, I want to check if the person belong to a particular group. Switch, you can say mark, and have a bracket. Not a group. If you're going to write case 90, then you can write some statements over here, then you can break, and then sys out, job, uh, and we have the default false statement. Just going to say poor job, the range if it is going to be 80, if it is going to be 70, else it is going to say. So this basically depends upon the value of this field which we are going to check. So switch case generally has this structure which says first you need to give the variable upon which you are going to switch, right? So first I have provided marks. So the value of mark is going to be checked over here. If the value of mark is 90, right, then this statement is going to be executed and break is going to be executed, so that rest of the statements are not checked at all. Okay, so now I'm having the value as 90, so this statement should come out. And just remember the structure. You should provide the value, the mark, like the variable upon which you are going to switch. Then case should be a discrete value. It should be a value like fixed value to what you have over here. Then a colon should be followed, and then the statements that you want to execute, and every statement should end with a break. Like after writing all the statements, you should write break before moving to the next case. Okay, even from 80 to 70, if you are moving, you should have a break from 70. So once all the cases are checked, and if the value doesn't match, then it says it's a poor job. So it should go to the default block. Default block is something which is executed at the end. So let's check the value. Let's check this code how it is going to write. It says passed because I'm having no, it's executing the last class. We should run this one. Right click, run as Java application. It says awesome job. If I'm giving 70, it should print average job, right? If I'm giving some value which is not in the list, maybe 50, it's not in the list, right? It should rate as poor job, right? So this is similarly, this is also a way to implement conditions, right? This is how switch case looks. You can have nested blocks in within that also. This is, you can have if else within that. Okay, you can write simple like if true is the statement. So you can have any number of codes, any number of nested implementation inside these blocks. Okay, so anything you need to ask in switch case, because it seems very like clear. You have any
Yes,
doubt?
just one clarification. English
Just ping me because your voice is breaking. Ping me the question, I'll answer it.
is
Any variable type with var? No, you can't have. Just integer is supported. So if you move to Java, I think 1.7 and above, then you can have strings and other variables as well. Okay, let's check with like a string value. You can also check that with string and other objects, but that needs to be a higher version of Java. Okay,
okay. So here we are using
It's 11 o'clock.
Java.
sorry, you were using which version of Java? We are
We
using
said we use
JDK
them
8,
1.7, right?
8, 1.8. So it should support. Let's see now. Let's see with an example. Condition test file. Okay, I have the main method, string name equal to area switch name. Yes, it is allowing. You can write yes is area, then not symbol, and etc. to break default. So, break. Okay, now it should execute properly. The saying Sindhu. See, this variable has matched the value name. So this way you can do, but with lower version of Java, you can't go apart from integer. You have to just give an integer in switch cases. Fine.
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you some of the assignments on these conditional statements and the static blocks and how they are behaving. So mostly the questions will be on top on if else and all. So you just get them done, and if you face any problem, just give me a call. Okay. You have any more
Yeah.
doubt apart from that? You can see the structure. No, no, not this one. I'll open it for you. The classes and okay, this is static. So these are the classes which you have covered today. If you have any doubt in any class, let me open it for you.
Most conditional things are okay.
Sorry, Ken?
Today's class, this conditional statement and it is okay. Um,
Uh, no, I can't get you. Just ping me the question actually. I couldn't hear you. We can have any variable type switch if else and conditions are okay for me, not much doubts. Okay, good. So you have understood everything, right? Cool.
yeah.
So I'll send you the questions. You go through them once. Okay. If you face any problem, just tell me. Okay.